And welcome to a new episode of League of DFS. My name is Chris Chung at Primetime on YouTube. On Twitter, FFF Dynasty on YouTube and Twitch, Dynasty FF Dynasty 101. Welcome back. We are heading into the last leg of MSI, and I can't believe it. The tournament is almost over. We only have this weekend left, and then we're hoping to see Rift Rivals before the summer split starts. So I am getting closer and closer to just feeling great about this series. I've had a lot of support from a lot of you out there. Ben, Jeffrey, Calvin, all of you has been a great supporter of mine, and I've also gotten quite a few new subscribers who are interested in this DFS sport and want to get involved in. I know the prizes are not as large as we want them to be yet, but every night ever since I kind of participated, I've seen this small growth. We've moved from 50-50 guaranteed contests to now double up contests. There have been DraftKings has been trying on a variety of different contests, including $8 multi-entry to $5 multi-entry. Sometimes they still offer multi-entry for the $1, and sometimes they just scale back a little because this sport still needs to grow by it of itself before we even get to near the level of NASCAR. The other thing that might be holding DK back from just offering a better contest is having available games to just be part of this. Most slates feel like a primetime slate, having no more than 4 teams play at the same day. But when they have those larger slates, those LCS especially, what I'll be focusing on, I think they could potentially move on to bigger slates, move on to bigger contests with better prize pool, because it's a lot more players in the prize pools, and player pools, a lot more selection, lots more combinations of players, and more difficult to have overlap. And definitely if you guys keep on playing, we will have fewer overlays, and of course overlays are good for us but not so much for DraftKings. So we want to get to the level where we have large enough contest size. DraftKings feels like they can drop enough guaranteed contests in, and for us to have just more bigger size pools, better games, better contests, better overall money. So I will not be doing a review of last game. Last slate, it was horrible again. It feels like every other slate I've been outside of cash. I feel I fall a little bit too just outside of the cash line on a double ups. I thought picking on Evos was the go-ahead easy thing to do. Unfortunately, if you had avoided Evos game, you probably could have cashed in cash games, and if you had taken a chance on Evos with the second match, you would have taken down a lot of the GPPs and tournaments. So let's focus now on the finale. This will be a short video. I'll just talk about the global ideas, something that you can think about. We have a couple of days or another night to prepare for, so things may change. We may hear different news, and things will just be different. We have RNG versus Fanatics, Flash Wolves against Kingzone, and the way the salaries are structured. Let me clear this first. Salaries, how they are structured. We see the Royal Never Give Up being the highest, Kingzone followed, and then Flash Wolves and Fanatics. These are 4 of the best teams remaining. Of course, noting how they perform in the group play-in stage, Vegas has set a money betting line that is consistent with how the salaries are laid out. Now, with that said, I think Kingzone and Flash Wolves will probably be the highest scoring game, and you want exposure to that game. These two teams have faced off against each other in the group stage, and I think Flash Wolves took both of the matchup against Kingzone. But Kingzone is still one of the top teams, and analysts alike, we all kind of agree that Kingzone will probably be able to adapt better in a best of 5. We are all best of 5s. The game starts on Friday, plays through Saturday, and then the finale on Sunday, which we don't have a DFS slate for that. So starting with just noting that Flash Wolves and Kingzone will be one of the higher scoring team, I can see that the most comfortable fit for a lot of people will be to try to fit Royal Never Give Up with Flash Wolves. The emphasis might be trying to fit in 3 or 4 Royal Never Give Up players, including team, and then fill in the rest with Flash Wolves. That seems the logical way to go. I will definitely try, for cash, will try to fit in Royal Never Give Up and King Zone players. Now, I've tried different combinations, and it always seems to end up that I do need 2 underdogs when I try to fit RNG and King Zone. So I don't mind if you want to just put in your best shot in GPPs to go RNG and Flash Wolves. Noting this, the pivot might be to go King Zone Fanatics or have Fnatic punts, because I think Fnatic will be the lowest owned out of all of them. They have the lowest chance of coming out of this semifinals as a winner, so ownership will naturally follow suit. I'm predicting RNG and Flash Wolves to be the highest owned stack and highest owned players out there for this slate. So there is an edge for myself and for my subscribers, those who have subscribed to my channel. If I want to shoot for the moon, I will go with a Fnatic King Zone stack. Crazy idea might be to go King Zone Flash Wolf stack and then punt at one of the spot with a Royal Never Give Up or Fnatic. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that's the choice to go. But from what I'm sitting here, this is what I kind of had in mind. So let's try to build a lineup. Let's see if I can figure out something that will help everyone. So let's start from the top. If I'm going with the cash game, cash play, we'll go with Khan. Let's go with Khan and see what happens. Now, tricky, you want to pay attention to this. The last 2 games with King Zone, Cuz played over Peanut. I'm sure Peanut is still the better player, but Cuz is definitely gives him maybe a slight advantage, but Flash Wolves really just whooped King Zone's. But even when Cuz was playing in there, so they might go back to Peanut. If this game becomes a multi, game where King Zone falls behind by 2 games, or they even drop the game, they might make a substitution. So this is what to watch out for. The safest way is to go either Muujin or Broxa. I don't expect either to be subbed out, but that does not fit in my idea of a cash game, or in the most optimal lineup. In a cash game, so we can go with that. We can go with Muujin or Broxa, since I predicted Flash Wolf King Zone to be a highest scoring game, and I want to avoid the messiness that is Karsa MLXG and Peanut Cuz. Let's go with Muujin. Then we have 6,300 left, so it's getting tighter. Let's see what happens when we go BDD. Uzi and Ming are the stack that I want. And then to save some salary, we'll go with Gorilla and King Zone team. So that leaves me with 6,600. You have a lot of flexibility to play another carry with Maple, or you might go with Reckless if you think RNG has a shot. Or if you are trying to take the chance with Karsa, I would not. But we're still building a cash lineup here, so we have a shot of putting either Peanut or Cuz in. It's risky, but if I predict King Zone to be the winner, I'm probably going to lean Peanut. If you might want to make a GPP stack with Cuz in there instead of Peanut. I expect Peanut to start this game. So this is kind of the build I'm looking into. I'm not completely satisfied yet, so let's see what happens if we put Xiaohu. That gives us 3 RNG, gives us a higher floor in this sense, and we still have enough cash to put in Caps or Hanabi or Cuz if he plays. It'll be another underdog, unfortunately, but that will give you... It's not ideal. This is really not ideal. So let's remove Ming, put in Gorilla, and it'll kind of mess up our stack a little, because I do want the 80 carry support stack. Those are always a stack to go, but for cash purposes, we want a higher floor lineup. Let's see what happens. We have 6,000 left, on average 6,000 left to play, 12,000 to play around with. If we go fade the carries of, we already have the carries of Royal Never Give Up. If we go with Peanuts, go in strong with the King Zone stack, which will give us 5,800 left. We can play another RNG Fanatic, or maybe go with Sword Art as our final slot. This is probably the highest floor that I can think about coming up with. Let's try another combination. So this will give you some ideas to know what to do if we are trying to figure out the best scores, the best play type of high floor plays where we will figure things out. See what happens when we put in Maple as one of our carries. We have 6,100 left to play. This is not bad. This is not bad at all for the flex. Then we'll slot in perhaps Ming. Give us that floor. We have 6,300 left. If Karsa plays, this would be ideal. We don't know. And if we are thinking about making a crazy stack, this one actually gives me 4 carries, although I don't like that idea of having 4 different teams in my lineup because it muddies things up. You want as few of other teams in there as much as possible. So if we remove Ming, let's go with a so you can play around with this idea, but if this will be sort of a cash to fit in as many King Zone and Royal Never Give Up. That would be my suggestions to you. What I think most people will kind of consider doing is to go Hanabi, Mujin, BDD, I'm sorry, not BDD, Xiaohu, Uzi, Ming, Sword Art, and we can try to fit, yeah, we have a lot of money left over to play Maple. So this is what I'm guessing what most people will go for as their 2-man stack, predicting Flash Wolves to win, predicting Royal Never Give Up to win. If this is the case for GPPs and people are going with this, I might just consider doing this for a single entry, but it doesn't give me too much of an edge if I'm predicting that most of the field will go through this. That's why I'm going with Fanatics instead. And with that, you'll have enough salary to play around with and see how it works for you. So good luck, people. Hopefully you'll be able to smash cash, take down the GPPs for you this final slate. MSI, I've enjoyed it immensely. I'm looking forward to hearing some more feedback from you guys, as I'll also be preparing to make basic videos breaking down League of Legends DFS and getting ready for the summer split. Alright, have fun, have a good night, and hit me up on Twitter. I'm there to answer questions and anything that you have on your mind.